A few days ago, I played with Vidu Q1 and had some of the most fantastic outputs that I've seen in all of the prompt or image or reference to video AI world. So I wanted to see how Vidu would do today with image to video. So I decided to compare it against the gold standard of image to video thus far, which is Google Veo 3. And then, you know what? I didn't really get any outputs today that I really liked. So I also decided then to compare it to Hailuo to see what we got. So we had a couple wins, but we had a whole lot of fail. So I want to put this video out just to kind of tell people that, you know what, I don't know if we're fully there on the image to video world, but I'd love to hear your comments and your inputs. So I did 3 different scenes today. I wanted to start out with something that was very commercial based, and then I got a little crazier after that. So I'm Brian, half of the Creative AI Show, where we're 2 creative guys talking AI. If you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do. Let's get into this video here. So the first one, I wanted to do a cinematic coffee pouring into a mug, kind of one of those B-roll things you'd see in like a Folgers commercial or something like that, just to be able to create commercial quality video. So in the image to video world here, this is where Vidu was, and you know what? It missed the mark completely. I wanted to do coffee pouring into a mug and then it getting stirred by a spoon, and it had the mug, and then it all of a sudden generated this brand new cup out of nowhere. So I'm like, all right, Vidu, that was a fail right from the get-go. And, you know, I really feel like all of these engines are just struggling in the image to video world. Let's see how Google did. You know, really not bad. I turned the audio off just to make this apples to apples. So Gemini does have some audio with it as well. It got the sound of the, you know, spoon clinking and stuff like that. This one is actually one of the best outputs that I got today, where we poured the coffee. Then it did a little scene transition, popped into the spoon stirring the coffee. So still, all in all, not too bad. But just for the sake of comparison, let's head on over to Hailuo and see how that did. So we got the coffee. The coffee looks like it's about to come out and in. Then the spoon kind of appears out of nowhere, and then the hand motion's a little bit odd. So I would say out of the 3 of these, if I were to use one of them in a commercial, this Google Gemini one, I think we could get away with. Not too bad. So let's keep going. Like I said, the scenes keep getting crazier as we go on. So the next one, let's just for the sake of comparison, let's do this one. So where we had a sushi chef spinning in 0 gravity, cutting a cucumber mid-air. A robotic arm is supposed to give a wasabi tube at the end as the earth spins in the background. So first of all, let's peek here. That earth is spinning way too fast for this to feel real. The sushi chef, you know, the sushi's just kind of falling out. Some things are, you know, she's not really getting a robotic arm handing her wasabi. Whatever she's holding in her hand kind of changes and transforms. Her hands have a whole lot of distortions. Altogether, Vidu, this one I would say is a big time fail. Let's head on over to Gemini and see how it did with the same prompt. A little bit better with Gemini. And that's, you know, Google Veo 3 through Gemini 2.5 Pro. We've got the robotic arm handing the wasabi here at the end. She's chopping the cucumber, but that wasabi turns into a tube and then turns into a knife. So there's a lot of distortions and some fail there. Let's see if Hailuo was able to maybe nail this one. So we'll get out of here, head on up to Hailuo. Let's see how that one did. She's still holding something that looks a little weird. And there's the robotic arm with some, it looks like a cucumber, so not wasabi. So again, none of them were really able to handle this prompt. So altogether, pretty disappointed, I would say. And actually, her face kind of changes a good amount from the beginning to the end. Still, so, you know, this one, maybe it was a little too complex of a prompt. I like how the earth's spinning in the background. Still a little fast, but it's not like dizzying. So we're doing okay here. So let's keep on going. This last scene is the kind of the crazy one here. It's a flamingo that we wanted to have moonwalk across the floors. The robot performs a breakdance spin. There's lights flashing. We've got a DJ fist pumping in the background. The crowd going wild. Let's see how Vidu did on this one. So they're kind of dancing. I don't see any moonwalking happening with the flamingo. I don't see any breakdancing. The crowd's not going wild. Like, her face is completely distorted back here. So Vidu, I think your Q1 is really, its strength is in the reference to video. So I want to show you guys, just for the sake of comparison here, some of the really good ones that I did the other day in a video a couple days ago. Like, this is awesome looking, you know, with a couple reference characters and a scene. This clown one here. I mean, this is really its strength, is to do the reference to video. So this is where you're able to upload a couple different reference images like the balloon, the clown, and the scene, and then it marries it all together. So, but this image to video world, it's just still not there yet. So, a little bit disappointing. Also, another bonus video here. Gemini wouldn't generate this video. It said it had problems with its, the scenery. Maybe it's because she's, got a towel on and not as clothed as maybe Gemini would like. So, but still, I'd rate this one like a B+. Nothing too good. So, all right, let's look at this DJ scene here. So this is the one here where, like we said, is nothing too good. Let's head on over to Gemini and see how that one did with... Now this one, here's the reference image that I uploaded to Gemini 2.5 Pro for Veo 3 Fast, and then it changed the image completely. So we've got that like realistic looking flamingo. Now it's like a stuffed animal flamingo. The robot's also completely different, but we are getting the robot doing some breakdance type moves once we start it over again from the start. So, and that flamingo looks like it's almost trying to moonwalk. The party scene's great. You got the DJ fist bump in there, so that looks good. So still, I mean, Veo 3 is in the lead here against it, but still nothing is incredible. Lastly, let's head on over to Hailuo and see how it did with the same prompt. Ooh, got a little bit of almost a moonwalk from a flamingo there, and the robot is doing a good job dancing. We're still getting some facial distortions back here. I'm not seeing the DJ fist bumping, so nothing too much, guys. I'm really excited for these programs to continue to evolve and get better and really try to nail this image to video thing. So text to video, they do great. Subject reference, they do pretty well, but image to video, they are still struggling across the board. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. If there's any programs you prefer, like Kling. I know Kling is normally the gold standard here. It's just a little bit frustrating today in my output. So, if you haven't liked and subscribed yet, please do. Also, every Monday, Rosh and I do the Creative AI Show. We talk 20-30 minutes about programs like this. We talk about our wins. We talk about our fails like this one. I'll certainly be talking about some of the stuff I created with Vidu this week in the upcoming show on Monday. And until then, we're two creative guys, and we're talking AI.